it is recording right now. Okay, so the first thing that we're gonna do is I'm gonna have you tell me a little bit about yourself and your books.
Okay, so I am Sill Bihagia. I am a science fiction fantasy author in Maryland, and my first novel is, if I can not knock over a sword, Red Demon. It came out 3 months ago, and it's about the lone survivor of a massacre and the genetically enhanced immortal who spared only him. It hit number one on Reads Discovery. It's in, as far as I know, 9 bookstores, 3 libraries where I know the name. And yeah, I've gotten good feedback for it, and was really glad to hear there were some people who sent me questions and were happy to have me on too. Yeah, and thanks for having me on, Juno.
Of course, I love you as an author. I love talking to you, and I really like your book. Definitely has a really good cover design on it, in my opinion. Like that is what I look forward in books. I look to the cover first. So
Yeah, Marie Spada. I mean, she did Spark of the Everflame, but I did this part here and like just sent it to her. What is it? Katerina Vitkowskaya like did some character art, and we
mhm.
used the outlines, and then yeah, I did vector art on the bottom. Like in indie, you have to learn how to do frickin' everything.
Mhm.
So I'm less useless than I used to be. But yeah, it definitely was a real artist who put the pieces together.
Well, I definitely think that it's super cute, in my opinion. I mean, it definitely really pops out, especially with the genre that you're going with. Um, what exactly like sparked your like you wanting to create this book? Like, what was the inspiration?
Oh God. I have been thinking, okay, going way back. Like I've always wanted to be a writer. I started like poetry and my first sort of like practice writing in this universe when I was like 15.
Mhm.
Jesse was named as a character at 15. Farhar was named at 17. Um, and I have like 20 years of weirdness in my head, in mind for this series and how it all fits together. And I don't think any of it I'd get away with it in trad. Like if you do trad, you put out one book, and if they like it, they're like, okay, you can have a duology, you can have a trilogy, but it has to fit in that, and it has to fit that format. Like
Mhm.
for example, this book has a spicy scene. So since I have a spicy, I have to keep going spicy whether it makes sense for the plot or not in trad. Like that's what, agents told me. That's not necessarily going to work for what I have in mind. Like the point of view character in the next book in this series, they have something else in mind. But I also have standalones in the universe. Like I'm putting out a romantasy next, or romantic sci. That will be spicy. You won't have to read anything about Red Demon to know what it is, because this is more hard fantasy sci-fi with a romantic subplot. This one you can feel the romance pretty early on, so it'll reach a different type of reader who maybe didn't get exactly what they wanted in this book, but hopefully, if you like Red Demon, you'll like it too, because a
Mhm.
lot of the world building is there, the elements are there, and the characters will tie in later into the official series of the standalone, but they're just going to be minor. Their story's been told.
That is very exciting. Like, I can't wait to read that also. And like, how many drafts would you say it took you before you like published the book?
Oh my god. Okay, actually, okay. So Red Demon was probably 20. So I did probably 3 or 4 drafts myself.
Mhm.
And then some of that, like the first 7 chapters, I got more eyes on it at like in person swap groups and the Discord. Cause I feel like once you have the beginning set, like the rest begins to flow. And then I had 12 beta readers. And then I did 3 listening passes and like edited because, it takes so much money to produce a book if you have to do it yourself. And I Yeah, I was trying to save on editing costs. I still needed a professional proofreader. I am like, if you've seen my social media, I cannot go without making a typo somewhere. It just happens. But yeah, um, Deny Christopolo, who she's coming out with her trad debut in April. It's a sapphic, um, like she describes it as knives to the throat as a love language, which is totally my thing. So yeah, her book Vile Lady Villains is coming out, and she did the proofreading for it. So yeah, 20 drafts roughly.
Yeah, I don't know that person, but that book sounds very interesting. I might look it up. I like sapphic novels, so um
It's a
and yeah,
good one.
that's pretty good. I'm still like rewriting my books that I've been writing since I was like 13. So it's I'm a perfectionist. I don't think it's ever going to be produced, to be honest. I want to produce a book one day, but I keep rewriting it. So personally, I don't think it's ever going to work.
I think what helped me with this, because actually 20 drafts for me is good. Um, the first draft I knocked out within 4 months, most of it within 6 weeks. Like I did a challenge where you were supposed to write every day and set a goal for a month. And I set a goal of like 35,000 words. But once I got in the habit of it and the flow of it, I knocked out like 70,000 of the words in that novel in that period of time. So I would definitely recommend to other people like accountability and just not overthinking the first draft. You can overthink the editing all you want, but once you get it out and you can feel the full shape of it and you know where you need to even out the bumps, I think the rest it's easy to keep going at that point and not like try to nitpick things once you have the whole thing in front of you, even if it's not great, the whole thing.
Yeah, that is great advice. I join like a lot of those challenges like almost every month, but somehow can't keep myself dedicated. I don't know. I'm a very busy person. I have like 20,000 things going.
Yeah.
Do you like plot and like make sure that you're going through it, or are you more like a pantser type person?
I'm mostly a plotter, but I let new things happen as they go.
Mhm.
Like for those of your audience who've already read the book, like Jesse's sword was something that just sort of happened. And I kept going with it. And then by the end, the way I did his special magic sword was very important and solved a problem I would have otherwise created for myself. Because of like how I had like some notes in my plot, like Jesse needs to, okay, so the plot of the novel, there's someone who has killed his entire family. He's trying to solve this mystery of what happened. At one point, he needs to track her and he's able to use the sword to do it. That's a minor spoiler, but I needed something, some way for him to track her in a very difficult situation later in the book, and that solved the issue.
Yeah, that was definitely a great point. Yeah, I'm a plotter, so I definitely get that. But I always come up with like a million new ideas, and then I'm like, how does this tie in? How can I do that? Maybe I had to write another book, you know. Um, what about like research? What kind of research went into your writing?
Ooh, okay. So, like, my background is in neuroscience, and I've always sort of been obsessed with, like, specifically memory. Like, I went
Mhm.
to a PhD program. I dropped out. I wondered if I had ADHD. They told me my IQ was a little too high, which is bullshit. I totally had it. I didn't, yeah, I got the master's degree because I knew, well, between it being like hard, um, like most of the people who go into academia write work like 60 hours a week. I wanted to write too. That just wasn't going to happen. So I got the master's, but I have that background and you see like memory a lot in the novel. Like the character who killed Jesse, like not really a spoiler, you learn this in the first chapter with her, like she has like a rare type of dementia. She doesn't quite know why she's killing people either. And she has a code of ethics. She is trying to do the right thing because I think any villain believes they are trying to do the right thing. Um, so yeah, you're going to see some themes of memory in there. And like a cool thing about mushrooms that um, like nobody thinks they're cool, but they have like a lot of the same neurotransmitters as signaling chemicals. So like that's the reason like, mushrooms can kill you so fast. They can affect us because, you know, they can speak our language. And if you were going to say translate human consciousness in something, I don't think AI is the best way to do it. I think a biochemical model like, like a mycelium would like a mushroom, a fungal neural net would be the way to do it. And they have done that on this planet and are harnessing it for reincarnation. And then otherwise trauma. Yeah, this book is written for people who have seen some things. And like it's dedicated how do I word it? Like to people who must choose between white lies and uncomfortable truths. Like I think people who have seen some things, like we kind of recognize each other, like we have empathy, like there's some communication that goes on non-verbally when we meet each other that not everybody understands. Like questions like, hey, what do you do this weekend? They're no problem for somebody who doesn't have a lot going on in your life.
Mm-hmm.
But some people are going through things that any truth is socially unacceptable. And what do you do with that? And the main character has that going on. He has some things that not a lot of people are going to be able to understand. And like my goal is both to write a book for people to not feel alone who are going through some stuff themselves or have, or to sort of like help people who haven't experienced a lot of trauma know what it feels like, so they can have more empathy for the people around them who might be going through some things that they haven't personally went through.
I love that a lot. I feel like research is so important in like books and stuff, like even fantasy, because I adore fantasy. That's my favorite. But it also gives you like a lot to think about, and I love learning personally. So like I don't know, research is very important. It's definitely very helpful as well. And I like that you have that background. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So I don't know a lot about your books yet. Do all your audience members already know? Like, would that
Um,
be too topic?
I used to post my books on like Wattpad and stuff, but I keep taking it off. Sometimes I post like things about my books, but it's not really that common. Um, Most of the time, it's actually related to one of my favorite characters that I created last year. Actually, I've been writing my whole entire life, but this character, her name is Amora Montel, and she's the goddess of obsession. And I
Nice.
dedicate a lot of time into her. So there's
You're
a lot of posts that I've made about her to my audience. So,
Yeah, that's awesome. I like that you're
um,
obsessed with the goddess of obsession.
yeah, she's the twin to Cupid, unwanted twin.
Okay, yeah, I like where this is going.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to sit down and actually write my books. Like, I mean, publish them like full on. So I've written so much for them, I just don't know how to connect it all, which is my problem.
All right, well, you can join my Discord and we'll help you.
Okay. And like, what is like your favorite like part of your world building? Like, what were you most proud of?
Um, I think, I mean, that's hard to say because I keep getting surprised at what other people's takes are of it. Like, I talked to somebody on a podcast a couple weeks ago who is from martial arts and he liked the fight scenes and thought they were legit. I talked to somebody um, who was more, like a religious, and he liked the spirituality elements and like how I blended that with reality instead of just making it feel like magic. Um, I think it's clear if you read it, like that I put my whole soul into it. And that's the type of books I like, not the ones that, you know, um, okay, I don't know how to phrase this. Like, I mean, because, like some genres, you want predictability, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
a lot of romance novels, like the authors are able to produce them very quickly because the outline's very similar and the story's very similar. Um, those books don't tend to draw me. I like to be somewhere new. I like to be able to psychoanalyze an author's mind and just be transported to someplace I've never been before. And I think I pulled that off. And it's great to like have proof that I pulled that off.
Mhm. Yeah, definitely. I've read like many books. Just, big book reader. Thanks to my mama, she put that on me. And most of the books they're kind of very similar because I know what I like and I just vibe with that. Um, but I do admit that your book was definitely very original, which I did appreciate, and that was is very entertaining. Um, and yeah, I do think that you can like write a book and people can see things that you didn't even notice, even though you're the one who wrote it, which is actually really cool. It's like that with any sort of thing though, because you can write a poem and somebody else interprets it completely different. Like I've written over 200 poems, and the amount of times that somebody sees it differently is outstanding. So that's what I really like about creative stuff. And I don't know if you fully know this about me, but like I own a mental health business, and it's really into creativity and community. And I think it's very fascinating. Like if you listen to someone's poem, read their book, listen to their song, any of that, the stuff that you learn from them, like you can just like dissect that based on what they've written. Even if they're like, oh, but this isn't about me, you can still tell.
Yeah, nice. And yes, you like that you work with mental health, and I expect like that's why you connected with the novel as much as you did.
Yeah, it was definitely very good, and it sits on a high shelf in my room. If my cats didn't throw my shelf down.
Those jerks.
Yeah, I love animals, but they can cause trouble sometimes. So like the wars that were like in your books, were they like inspired by any real life conflicts, do you think?
No, just human nature. And so I used to have like very vivid dreams with fight scenes. I don't have as many anymore, but I definitely do when I'm in drafting mode. Like once I start writing, like I start like dreaming, about the characters and what they're going to do. So yeah, I don't think there's a specific historical war that I am modeling, but I definitely do look to like ancient battle tactics for some of the later books. In this book, you're not going to get anything bigger than a skirmish. So um, it's pretty minor in terms of like the big world. I wanted to like ramp myself up so I didn't screw up, you know, a world war.
I know I really like the whole sword things also. I mean, I get that like using swords is really big in the fantasy, but like when I read like I'm a fantasy reader, but also dark romance. So those are like my main things. And yeah, I could read a little bit of sci-fi, like I read your book, but when I stick to a genre, it's mostly fantasy or dark romance. Those are my biggest ones. And I don't know. I don't like guns as a weapon, and I've seen that so many times in books. So I really appreciate it when it's like swords and knives because like I find those way more fascinating to work with. Because like a gun is just like it's just like clean. It's like but like you have to put so much more detail into like swords. I think, in my opinion, it's a lot more fighting with that.
Yeah, it's harder to kill people with a sword. And like the
Yeah.
reason like this is a futuristic world with swords is like the dominant culture believes it's wrong to kill someone unless A, they really deserve it. It's more complicated than that, but we'll just say they really deserve it.
Hmm.
And two, you have to be able to look them in the eyes while you do that. You can't just like bomb somebody from a distance, or you will be a person who really deserves it. So it forces conflict to be more. The intent was to force less conflict. It just got a little bit more complicated when they had another human species come into the picture with some very different values.
Oh yeah, I like how you said that it was like it was based on like human nature because I don't know I find human nature very fascinating a lot of times, and I like to touch upon those in my books too because I have like over 30 novels that I've started and written and things like that. And they they all have like different things like somebody trying to find their missing family or going through what it feels like to love, like, and it really dissects like the human brain, because I'm like I said, I'm really into mental health, so I find all that stuff fascinating. Like I find it fascinating to think about why humans do the things they do and what they be thinking.
Yeah, same.
um what what character do you think challenged you the most as a writer, like to write out?
I am okay. This is going to be hard to say without spoilers, but I'm going to try to answer it in a way where the people who have read the book will understand what I'm saying, and the people who haven't will not. We'll say the villain was the hardest to write. Like the scene where the most graphic, gory scene was very difficult to write because I have to put myself in any character's mind who's on the screen. Like I have to think like a character being, forced with the worst, experiencing the worst day of their life. Um, and I have to, if I can't like connect with the villain, they're not going to sound three dimensional.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody has to see themselves as the hero of their own story, or the readers can tell. And yeah, he's enough of a jerk. Oh crap, that was a minor spoiler. This villain is enough of a jerk where that was a little bit more difficult.
Villains are actually my favorite to write. I've written so many of them, and most of the villains, they have like redeeming qualities. Some do have redemption arcs, or they have like real reasons why they're the villain. But I have a couple villains who are just villains to be villains, which
Yes.
is a little bit difficult for me to write because I always try to understand people. So I'm writing a villain that's just meant to be a villain, and I'm like, how am I supposed to do that without making it seem like they're, they have like this whole bad background. Like Amora Montel, she's a villain just to be a villain. However, she was unwanted by her mother and forced down to the earth. So it sounds like she has reason to be the villain. But no,
Yes.
she just
It's
likes being the villain.
justifiable. Whatever they have to do, it's justifiable.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It makes it really hard because I always want to justify things, and like sometimes people are just villains. That's just how it works sometimes. So it's really difficult. Yet still my favorite. Still my favorite to write though. I don't really get too much along with heroes. Like I don't know if you know Vampire Diaries, but like originally like Stefan was known as the hero or whatever, and I did not like him. I was like, yuck. Did not like him at all.
Yeah, I like flawed characters too. Like if they're too perfect, they bore me.
Yeah. Or if they think they're perfect, because
Yeah.
to be honest, some of these characters aren't that good, but they have like this complex where they think that they're all like that and they're like the best, and somebody's worse than them. It bothers me so much. I can't stand it.
Well, I don't mind hubris as long as like you can tell the author doesn't agree with them.
Right, yeah. But I mean like in that show, The Vampire Diaries, I was like thinking about that because Stefan, like, he definitely has a complex, I think, in my opinion. So that's what I don't like
Yeah.
personally.
I haven't watched that, so I can't, you know, say
You
anything
should
about
watch it. It's a really good show.
but I need to write. I'm so behind.
Oh yeah. Well, you should probably get writing first. I would love to read more of your work, but when you're done.
I'm doing my monthly writing challenge. I'm doing my best.
um what emotional reaction did you most hope that um people would like have?
um like when the first beta reader I gave it to told me it made her cry, I like was like, ah, like before I realized like I was a psychopath because she was crying. Um, but it meant she understood, particularly where she was crying in the book. Like I'm glad it resonated with people.
I love that. Yeah. It was I think, yeah, I can remember reading it because I was reading it on my bed. I was having the time of my life there. Um, how did you maintain like a good pacing? That's actually something I struggle with, like pacing. It's the worst.
I mean, practice, I guess. Like that I think was what came to me first. Like, when I started writing, like everybody else, I sucked at everything. I mean, I could turn like a good poetic phrase, but my dialogue was wooden, my pacing sucked. Um, but yeah, I got pacing first, and then I still feel like reading through Red Demon, I over explain body language all the time. You have no idea how many times I have stripped away like descriptions of people's eyes and things because it just would not move fast enough if I described everything I was seeing in my head all the time. But yeah, practicing, you get it. Like, I don't think there's a quick fix other than that.
Yeah, I mean, like me, like I can write a great beginning and I can write a great end, but it's the middle. I struggle so much with the middle. And then like I either rush or I take it way too slow. There's no in between.
Do you set rules for every scene? Like, there's a problem the characters have to solve. There's like I've heard different rules and I don't follow anyone all the time, but the ones that I like the most are you always have to have two emotions in a scene that are opposed to each other. Like one character wants something and there's something that's keeping him from getting it because this other character wants something else. Or even within one character, let's say the boring thing that needs to happen is you have to pick somebody up from, you know, another place. Like a character has to travel. You can have that character wrestling between two opposing thoughts on the way. Um, yeah, is there any like rules that you follow or
Um, Not really. I probably should. I like to like write a script out and write what I'm going to be talking about in that chapter, but it still doesn't go out the way I want it. Like I have notebooks after notebooks. I think the biggest issue is that I can't be organized. I have like 200 notebooks and I have my books scattered in between all of them, and it's just like trying to narrow everything down to one item. Like I just can't be organized for the life of me, and that causes my issues. And then I come up with more ideas, and I want to add them.
your digital helps? Like you can just save your drafts and it doesn't feel like you're throwing anything away.
Mm-hmm.
You have your final draft or like your current draft, your working draft that is cleaned up. And you can always cut and paste between files instead of notebooks. So but you just like the physical pen or
I do like the physical pen, but yeah, digital probably would help with that better than paper and pen. I don't know. I'm very traditional when it comes to writing. Like I have Wattpad and I use it and it's great and stuff, but I miss like writing with a pencil. The only thing is though my hands cramp so bad all the time, so that also slows me down. I feel like I just have way more ideas and that I don't know what to do with because like my head is always running and I just can't get it out.
ADHD.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ADHD, yeah. Then it makes for great creativity, but not the easiest at like getting things done though. So, you know.
Yeah.
I'm a very creative person and I have millions of ideas. I just can't execute them. Okay, so I do know that you were talking about you have an upcoming audiobook for it. How's that make you feel?
Um Scared and excited at the same time. So yeah, the narrator, Brandon Francis, is just perfect for Jesse's voice. Like I told him about the book, and he's like, okay, that's basically me. Um, and I could just hear the character in his voice. Same with Farhar, her narrator, Cassandra True. but yeah, it's a very like risky, expensive thing. I will have a Kickstarter so people can pre-order that will hopefully offset it. But yeah, Amazon takes most of the money for audiobooks. I essentially have to sell what a trad writer sells in their first year across all books, just an audiobook to pay, like in 1 year to pay for it. So it'll probably take, more than 1 year to pay off, but I could get lucky. I don't know. I'm hoping y'all are excited for it.
I definitely am. I can't wait. Gonna be listening to it while I do the dishes. Yeah, that's definitely very exciting, and it sucks that it's so pricey though. I will definitely try having the Kickstarter in the comments though. So if you like send the link to me, I can put it in my comments and I can post it for you.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, I don't have it set up yet. I was going to wait until probably mid-February
Mhm.
to kick it off. Um, yeah,
Yeah,
and hopefully I'll have one more trailer done because I
great. Yeah,
released.
when you have that, I'll definitely I'll have it up. I'll post it on my TikTok, on my Facebook. Um,
Nice.
Also your trailers I can post too on my TikTok as well. I can post anything.
Yeah,
So,
and if any of your listeners is an animator who doesn't use AI, I have really struggled to find one.
oh,
I've
I
found
think I do know
people.
some of them. I do know some of people in my audience who are.
Okay, yeah, DM me. I need you.
Yeah, I'll try getting them to you because I mostly only work with people who don't use AI for the most part.
Yeah,
So and I've interviewed with plenty of people, so I'm pretty sure one at least one of them is, and I could probably send them your way.
awesome. That's great.
Let's see here. Oh yeah, and what do you think like listeners may feel differently than readers?
That's a tough one. Like I feel like some of my favorite books I've read and listened to, and like different lines will just hit me harder in one format or another. Um, I'm trying to think of, okay, yeah, I don't know. Funny stuff hits harder, trauma hits harder. I don't know. But yeah, I hope it's a different experience for people who may have even loved the book, but are able to like get deeper in once they're able to hear Farhar's voice or Jesse's voice.
Oh yeah, it probably doesn't sound anything like what's in my head though. But I'm definitely gonna try it out because I do like audiobooks. Not as much as physical books. My rank goes my paperbacks because I'm kind of blind, so I need help there, and paperbacks help, especially when they're big texts. Audiobook again because I'm blind, and then ebook. I read all of them, but it's way harder for me to read an ebook, and it takes longer. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's just something about the electronics, which is hilarious considering I do social media.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It makes sense to me. Your eyes just don't want to look at a screen anymore. They want to look at it.
Yes, I love reading a lot, and I actually have like a book with me because I'm reading something. I'm reading the Four Horsemen series right now, so got to get my 2026 books going.
Nice.
Let's see. Oh well, I think you already talked about this, but just in case if my audience wasn't listening, is Red Demon going to stay? Is it going to be a standalone or is it going to be a series?
Oh, it is most definitely going to be a series, and it's just going to be a weirdly organized series. You can expect one of the point of view characters to have a voice in the next book, but not both. I'll say that. But it's probably the character you feel like you want to hear more of at the end of the book that's continuing.
Yeah, you're gonna get me very excited. What's your like? How do you say like your next plans for the book besides like um an audiobook like this year? What are your plans for writing in general? Like all of that.
Oh, yeah. So learn to write faster. I mean, there's some parts that I don't want to rush. Like I can do a first draft fast, but I want to continue having a lot of beta feedback to make sure it's as good as it's going to be. Like even though like I don't have like a big 5 publisher, I am trying to hold to the same standard, like to release a book that is as perfect as I could make it be. So the next thing that I will be releasing will be a novelette, a sci-fi thriller called Amber Skied World, that focuses on a teenage girl who, is hallucinating, seeing voices, on a space colony, but she believes she's connecting to something real. And the doctors have it wrong. And yeah, it would see, yeah, I won't say anything more than that, but that will be available very soon. I'm not going to wait till I'm still working on finding the cover artist for it, and I won't announce a date until I'm absolutely sure. But that should be a quick turnaround. Another thing that I'm working on right now is a middle grade novel, actually. Which, sorry, it's not Red Demon, but this is another quick one, I promise. Yeah, so my daughter a year ago told me she wanted books with unicorn fight scenes, and I struggled to find them. So I'm writing one for her and with her. Like, she's 9 years old, but we're working it out at her pace. If at any point she slows down, then I go back to the romantasy. I have 90,000 words done, but not all of them are going to stay. But yeah, I would say all 3 of those things for sure will be released next year. And if I'm organized and sales are strong enough where I can do it, because it takes money to produce all these books of high quality. And if I focus too much on the writing and the publishing and not the marketing, like, I'm going to go broke. But if sales hold, then you will have the sequel to Red Demon as well this year, because I have both the romantasy and that one like sort of half complete. They were originally written to be in the same book, and then I reorganized how I did it. So I have a lot of material already written, and it is possible, if I can continue to have enough sales, to be able to afford all that art and editing.
Yeah, you hear that, audience? Get the sales up. Tell your friends.
Yes.
That'd be exciting. Are you going to be looking for like ARC readers for them?
Absolutely. Yes. And if you're an audiobook reader, specifically if you haven't read Red Demon yet and audiobook's your preferred thing, I don't have an official list yet, but I have an unofficial like doc. You can get like a free review copy before it comes out. Or if you just want to support me, you will also get early access as a Kickstarter before the official publication date. And then, yeah, you can also expect by this summer the romantasy arc to go out as well. And if you're on my newsletter, I'm giving you Amber Skied World for free, since that's a short thing. So sillauthor.com is my website. If you're on there on the newsletter, you're going to get it for free. And it'll just be like 99 cents for everybody else.
It's very exciting. Yeah, I mean, if you need any more, and I have a group chat for people who are looking to ARC read, so I just post like upcoming things there. I need to post more because I haven't posted in a little bit, but yeah. I usually, what I do is I go on Threads, I find like 10 different people looking for ARCs, post it in the group chat, people go and they, go into it, so.
That's really awesome of you.
I try anything to help authors. It can be challenging sometimes though, because it's a lot, I need to do a little bit more. I fell into a little bit of a depression there, so I had to go back to it.
Well, yeah. Pouring from an empty cup and all that. Like,
yeah.
If you need to focus on yourself, I promise.
Okay, we're going to take a break from these questions to ask questions that the audience asks. We got like 6 here. So.
Oh, okay. Sorry, everybody.
So
I can't see him yet. Just you? Okay.
Huh?
All right. I can't see him. Just you, right?
If it comes from one of my channels, you will be able to see it, but there's none from that channel.
Okay.
I think, anyways. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I don't see anything yet, but yeah, what are the questions? I'll
So the first one was, what author is your favorite and what do you like about them?
Okay. All right. Well, first of all, that's like being asked to pick a favorite child, but um, yeah, I'd say love N.K. Jemisin a lot. I like how her mind works, how everything she writes flows like poetry, and yet at the same time, it's not dense. Um, and I love how everything she writes is unique. Uh, what else have I really enjoyed recently? I have loved everything I have read from Dragonbone Publishing. Um, Nathaniel Lubscomb, if I'm saying that right, and Effie Joe Scott. They are like a small press, and I don't know, when they work together, they just create really beautiful things. Their last book I read, Human Scars on Planet Skin, is like the weirdest book I've ever read. Like cozy horror or science fantasy horror and all of those things at once. Like it feels like you're punched in the face, or no, you're coming in punched in the face, and then like going through therapy. A lot of their books apparently read like therapy. Like Moon Soul is a very like cozy healing book from what I'm told. I haven't got to that one yet.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I haven't read a lot of trad this year. I've focused more on indies. So I don't think anything stood out to me there. And yes, I am almost done with Vile Lady Villains from Denai Christopol, and I'm really loving that as well. The sapphic knives to the throat. It's a retelling of retelling's the wrong word. All right. So you know how people are sexist? Um it's uh like a feminist sort of retelling that takes place if Clytemnestra and Lady Macbeth intersect at the end of their stories. Because both of these characters, like if you look at the historical Lady Macbeth, because she is based on a historical creature, these are both women who are doing the right thing and are punished for it in their respective situations. And that just isn't right. So Denai fixes that for us. And yeah, Shakespeare's in it and he's a jerk. Or at least, yeah, like he's a little sexist. He's talented, but he's a little sexist. He calls people shrew a lot.
Yeah, I read a pretty decent sapphic novel last year, actually. It was based on Medusa. I
Nice.
loved it. Yeah. But you should send me that book so that I can, like,
Violating Villains.
yeah, get it.
Yeah.
I love supporting indie also. I dedicate so much time to it. Some of the books I do read are trad because I don't always fully like research every single book I read to see if it's trad or indie, but I do follow a lot of indie people on like threads and Facebook, so I spend a lot of time reading their books.
Yeah, that one will be trad. Denies just not judgy. She's here for us indies too.
Mhm. Yeah, I don't mind like trad books.
Yeah.
I prefer reading indie, but I read plenty of trads as well. So
Yeah.
I just like reading.
A good book is a good book.
Oh, somebody said that they have not read your book yet, but they would love to read it.
Awesome. Thank you.
See, getting it. um, the next one that the audience asks: do you listen to music to inspire your writing?
Absolutely. Like I have a like I shared it with the beta readers. I have like a playlist that I would play to get in the zone for specific themes. Um like a fight scene or something, I'll play atmospheric music that gives the vibes I need to create and that keeps me in the right headspace. And that might actually help pacing too. Like if you haven't tried that, that helped me now that I remember it. Like just getting the mood music right, then you get the pacing right. Oh, and one thing I'll say for like the people looking to buy it, if you go on my website, you get like these sprayed edges I do myself.
Ooh.
You only get those if you order direct or in like one of the 9 bookstores that carry me.
That
So
is
for
sexy.
like the same price as you can get the boring stuff on Amazon, you can go direct to me. I mean, ebook is ebook, but yeah, this is what the hardcover looks like. And in 1 second, I'll show you the paperback. There we go. There's a paperback. There's blood spray. And hardcover has even more blood spray, and it's signed.
Ooh,
And
signed.
it,
Yeah, I was literally just about to ask you about that.
yeah, and it comes with an art print postcard signed too. This one's
It's
a little bent,
gorgeous.
but that's what I like. Put it up. Yeah, that's the.
Gotta put it on my wall. I love it so
Okay.
much.
All right. What else do we got?
Next question. Do you like the smell of books?
Do I like the smell of books?
Yeah.
I mean, like hell yeah, of course. Old books specifically, like if you can, like these are like really really old books. Like this, I think this Pride and Prejudice was like in my great great grandfather and grandmother's house. It's a little beat up now, but yeah, 1913. And yeah, they have a cool smell to them when they've aged like fine wine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I work at a bookstore. I love the smell of books. Makes me happy.
Nice.
Work every Sunday except tomorrow. I'm off tomorrow.
Is
But
there
yeah.
coffee in the bookstore? Because yeah, modern books have to smell like coffee too. I feel like bookstores
Yeah,
that also have coffee are my favorite.
there's not. I've always dreamed of owning a bookstore that was also part of a bakery. That I feel like that'd be pretty, like, but also a game store. I don't know. I'm like so extra.
You can do it. I've seen those. Yeah. Like
I would love it.
I've seen books and gaming. I don't think I've seen books, gamings, and beer all in the same place outside of Portland, Oregon. I think I went to one there, but I don't remember.
Mm,
It was years ago.
yeah, I love baking. I've always liked baking, and then I love reading, and I like all these things. So why not combine? I want to own like something actual one day.
Like that does
Um,
sound like the dream. Yeah.
yeah,
I will visit you.
yeah. Somebody in the comments said that your book was gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
They're hyping it up. Next question from there. Are you an audiobook listener?
Yeah. I mean, I need to move my book because, when I'm writing, I have to be sitting down.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm already like pretty squishy here and writing about fight scenes. Like I need to move occasionally. So audiobooks, like I've tried to do as many like arcs and support other authors as much as I can, but realistically, I'm getting through the audiobook so much faster. Yeah. If somebody has like an ALC, I will listen. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't listen to too much audiobook, but I do have some, like on Audible.
Yeah.
But I use BookFunnel the most, so that's kind of where I listen. So I get like a lot of books from BookFunnel, like a lot of arcs and stuff. Maybe a little bit behind on arcs right now. I should get through those. I don't know. I see a cool book, add it to my arc pile
And do
without
you know
thinking.
like, if you have a Spotify membership, like a lot of audiobooks are on there, like included?
That is pretty cool. Yeah, sometimes I sign up for arcs and then I forget that I signed up for the arcs, so I sign up for more, and all of a sudden, all at once, they just end up in my email, and I'm like, dang, how many arcs did I sign up for? And now I have like a lot that I have to get through.
Yeah,
But
you
like, I just want to
a review
support
a
authors.
year later, we'll still love you. I promise.
I love reviewing books. It's my favorite thing, and I'm in a lot of book groups, and I own my own book group. So I spend a lot of time on books. I just
Yeah,
wish that I could go a little bit faster, so that because I feel like I don't know, I'm not doing enough sometimes. I feel.
yeah. And like maybe like in case your audience doesn't know like how much a review means to an author, like especially like the newer authors like me, um,
Mhm.
until you hit 50 reviews for a book on Amazon, the algorithm doesn't take you seriously. It doesn't really
Mhm.
recommend you to other people who are reading similar books. It just ignores you. But once you hit that, like it's easier to get noticed. Um, and so like the trad, like the big publishers, they will put out hundreds of arcs to ensure that they get that. We can't necessarily afford to find that many people or to do that. So I think I have like 17 right now. I am not there yet for Red Demon, but I would love to get there.
Well, this year. You're going to get there this year. I know it. I can see it. Now, there's just two more questions from the audience. The next one, if your characters were a drink, what type of drink would they be?
Okay. Jesse would not be my favorite type of beer, which is like the hoppy stuff. He hates the hoppy stuff. And by the end of the book, he like processing toxins too fast. So let's just give him like a cup of coffee with a shot in it. The shot's going to do nothing, but he needs a coffee drink because he just loves his light roast coffee. Farhar, let's say absinthe. Like she's something, there's a little more than alcohol in whatever she has going on, and it's really uncommon. Asher is cozy. Let's make him a hot toddy. Mira is like a really fancy cocktail that is at like what do you call it? Like a gastropub, because she's like a biochemist and is pretty classy. Galen's just whatever's this. Well, I don't want to diss Galen like that. He's a beer of some kind. He is a hearty local beer. I think that covers a lot of people.
Yeah.
Is there any other character that somebody specifically wants to know the drink of?
Nothing specific. I think it was Jesse that they want to know, but yeah, those
Okay.
those seem kind of spot on. Yeah. Another question got added. That's crazy. So this question, I know you did touch upon it earlier, but for like newer people who just came in, can you repeat whose voice will be on the audiobooks?
Yeah. Brandon Francis is doing Jesse, so that's most of the book. And then Cassandra True is doing Farhar. She has another name that is more popular, but she does the Cassandra True name for any book that has spicy content. So
Where did you find them on Threads also?
I asked, so for Farhar, literally 3 people gave me the same name when I was asking around for like so Farhar, like racially she would appear sort of mixed with Asian lineage, and I wanted to like, not have a white person do that. Like that didn't seem right. I wanted the voice to, represent the character.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked around for, narrators that were Asian or mixed Asian, and several of them recommended her. And Brandon Francis, like I had interviewed a couple, and honestly, I tried to find narrators with ADHD because like Jesse has raging ADHD, and yeah, the first one, I'm like, yeah, I guess I could see that, but it's not it. And then like I heard Brandon Francis and I'm like, yes, but he's like really big. Like he has a lot of followers. So I wasn't sure he would say yes. And I was very excited when he did. And I was willing to wait like almost a year, which in retrospect, I needed to. Like marketing and launching this book was a lot more time than I expected. And now I have time to like make sure everything is done right and I can afford it.
Yeah, I'm very excited for our next step. Was it very pricey to get them as like narrators?
Yeah, I mean it always is. Like to get
Mm-hmm.
like professional quality
Like
is
good
like,
quality stuff. Yeah.
yeah. It'll I'm expect it you want like hard numbers. We'll just say I need to sell about 2,000 books to like pay for this.
Oh yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
you'll get there. Maybe you'll become like super
Yeah,
famous.
and yeah, but most of the reason it like Audible, they take 70% of the money. So any of you who are
Really?
listening, if you buy anywhere but Audible, the author will get more money. Like if you buy it direct, that is amazing because I get 70% more money and I can, write that much faster because I'm not like spending so much time trying to sell the books I've already written to stay
Mhm.
afloat and feed my children. And I just want to write, but yeah, like if I don't spend time to tell people about my books, like, yeah, my like, what do you call it? Telepathic marketing hasn't worked so far.
Yeah, I understand that being a writer is not the easiest, but I have faith that you'll do it. It'll be
Awesome.
hard. It'll be difficult, but I have faith in you. So,
Me too. I think I can do it. I just think I have to bust my butt.
mhm. And somebody just asked if they can be an ARC reader for you.
Absolutely. Yeah. Just if you go to my website, stillauthor.com, like you'll be the first to notify. That's where I like let people know first before I open it up anywhere else um, for ARCs.
Okay, so we're running a bit out of time, so we may have to skip a couple questions. But if you are always down for another interview later on, I can add those to then.
Sure. And I will talk fast for remaining questions.
um, so I will ask my the last questions I usually ask. Like, what advice would you give to someone who wants to become a writer?
Find other people who are succeeding at what you're trying to do and share your values. That last part is I think, very important. Don't just find the local people near you if they don't share your values. If you're trying to be a no AI writer and the people around you write AI, go online, find a Discord. And I would say find a smallish group that is very narrow focused. Like my Discord, we're all like, queer affirming. Most of us write science fiction, fantasy, or dystopian. So we can all sort of swap each other's work. It's manageable, like follow each other's progress and really support each other along the way. But if you're like lost in a sea on a Discord with 1,000 people, it's harder to like follow like the goals or have that accountability.
Mhm.
Regularly seeing the same people and they ask, okay, well, what did you do this week? Like, no one's going to ask that on 1,000 people Discord. So yeah, small group, local if you can get it, you know, but yeah, shared values. I was not talking fast. Sorry.
No, you're okay. Um, and this is the last questions here. This is two questions. This is people who want to follow you. What platforms? Where can they follow you? And people who want to buy your book. Where's all the places they can get your book at?
Okay. So, sillauthor.com, or what's that other like linky thing? Linktree, like linktr.ee/Sill Author has all the relevant links, like the link to where all the places you can buy Red Demon. Yeah. And where you can follow me. I am active on, well, I have slowed down as I'm posting, but I'm, with Juno's help, going to ramp back up this month. But I am probably most active on Threads and Instagram. I also cross post to Blue Sky, Facebook, and YouTube. But if you want to, yeah, Instagram and Threads are the big ones for me.
Yeah, that's where I found you. And I'm glad that I did. I love Threads so much. People are like, oh, they don't use Threads as often. Like, oh, nothing goes on in Threads. But I found so many people on Threads that I vibe with and I really enjoy.
Yeah, I think it's good at connecting you with your type of person. Maybe you get locked in once in a while and have to reset, but yeah, I've found like some strangely similar people on Threads.
Well, that's all our time. So I thank you very much for coming here and talking about yourself and about your book. It was very exciting. I loved hearing about it. And I'm sure my audience did too. There was a lot of questions as we saw, a lot of comments. They didn't pop up on the stream because for whatever reason it wouldn't. So I did have to look on my phone for it, which is why I was looking down. But everybody was very pleased with this one.
Yeah, and if anybody has a burning question that didn't get answered, I'm friendly. DM me. Just yeah, don't sound like AI in my email because we get a lot of writers get a lot of AI spam, and I will
Mm,
answer your question for you, and I'd be happy to.
that's why I talk to you on Threads.
That works. Yeah.
I'm not a published author, but I get a lot of spam in my emails too. A lot of bots think I publish something. I don't know. They see my threads and it's like, oh, she writes, she does this. So how about we spam her?
Yeah. It's never ending.
I know it's a spam because they're like, I've read your book. Where? Where did you read my book if it's not published?
Yeah, and it's getting so creepily good, like the AI generated stuff.
Hmm.
Like I've asked trick questions, like when they're like, "Oh, I loved your book, blah 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 blah," and like they're gonna like ask me for money at some point, but just to screen it away, like I will like, "Oh, I'm glad you loved it. Like, what was your thoughts on X and Z?" And I'll leave a trick question, and AI will always just give like a real answer to my trick question about something that never happened in my book.
Hmm.
But
Right. Yeah, like I
recently,
think I saw somebody do that with they said, "Oh, what did you think about the aliens coming in?" And there was no aliens in the book.
yeah, they love that twist. AI will always jump on it.
Yeah, so if you are a writer listening in right now, you should know that ARC readers, you should never have to pay for them. And that's just it. ARC readers are free. They read your book because you give them the book. So if you get something where somebody's saying, "Oh, I'll review the book," and it's like, but for only $35, that's a scam.
And it's
And
against terms of service. They like Amazon,
mhm,
if they catch an author doing that, they will remove them from the platform.
yep,
They don't
yep.
mess around, and they shouldn't.
Don't,
So
mhm. Right, yeah. So don't do it. I'm
yeah,
telling you, authors, especially the new ones, don't do it. Scams
yeah,
everywhere. But yeah. So thank you so much for your time. I had a great time.
yeah, yeah. Thanks a lot, Gino. I had a great time too.
Mm,
All right,
yeah.
bye, everybody.
Bye.